Why are ghosts between two worlds? I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, here to bring you some information that'll help get you outside the box, hopefully help you smash that box, unindoctrinate yourself, start asking questions and questioning answers and moving on to a higher state of enlightenment. And that's what we're here for, to get you higher than where you were before you got here. Prashni, nice to see you again. It's been a long time. It seems like to me it has been. Now, I'm going to tell you before we even get started, it has been a while. I want to tell you before we even get started, you absolutely have to go to the video I did last night. I know it was late. Hello, Sandra D. I know it was late, but you have to go look at the video, and I'm probably going to edit it up and get it a little bit slicker. But we did a Clearwater ghost walk last night, and I believe I'm going to start doing ghost walks. I'm going to do ghost walks in a lot of other cities and a lot of other places. And it was so amazing. Finally, at the end, I put my head together and decided to start using the rods. Show me where a ghost is. Show me when I get up to a ghost. And the problem is, on that video, it was just me. And, I put this thing on my shoulder thinking it was facing this way. It was facing that way. But I said, show me where a ghost is. You saw that where they pointed right towards where a ghost was. And I said, show me when I get to the ghost. And as I walked up to the ghost, the rods were pointing straight, and all of a sudden they both went out like that. So I knew I was at a ghost. And then we were able to, and somebody says, well, you said is a ghost's name Constance? And she said, yes. Well, that's because I used some of my intuition. And then at the end, if you saw, it took me 3 times to get the second ghost name. So it's about having some intuition. It's about having some spiritual moxie, I guess you could say. But you're going to be seeing a lot more of that. That'll be part of the paranormal trip. And in just 2 weeks, we're going over to Vero Beach, Florida. There's some haunted situations there, some haunted situations. And also going back to the Fort Drum. Crystal Mine, boo to you from Beirut as well. Nice to see you here, Katha. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was very, very interesting. It was very, very powerful. And I encourage you to watch it. I encourage you to take it in. I encourage you to see that video and get ready for more of those videos, because they are a-coming. I promise you, more of those videos are a-coming. And today we are going to talk about this question: why are ghosts between worlds? And why does that ghost look like she's at Harry Potter World at Universal Studios? I'm not quite sure, but today we're going to talk about why are ghosts between worlds. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. I saw an interesting comment flash by. I sensed that this is a woman hit by a car when watching. Sandra, that is so amazing, because I don't know if you watched the video yet through, but that I don't take the credit that's not due. Somebody said to me, and I think it might have been Power Vapor Supply, who said, ask her if she's been hit by a car. And I think he's from Clearwater, and he knows some of the history and lore of Clearwater. So I asked her, have you been hit by a car? And she said, yes. So, Sandra, I don't know if that was before or after you sensed that it was a woman hit by a car, but Constance apparently is a woman hit by a car, and she was there at the Clearwater post office. It was awesome, and it was really some good stuff. And I hope that you will continue to look at this and watch it and get ready, because there's more to come. And I tell you what, it's one thing to get a spirit box and have some lights go beep, beep, beep and tell you you're talking to a ghost. Man, I just like it when it's old-fashioned, probably because I'm old, organic, real-world divining rod. I mean, boom, this is This is natural stuff. And it was very much amazing. And I hope that you will continue to be a part of these great broadcasts. I'm starting doing a whole lot of them. So the question is, why are spirits between worlds? Now, the easy question and the easy answer really to a hard question is just to say they're demons. And right on cue, somebody says, how do you know you're not talking with demons that are disguising themselves as light spirits? Well, number one, they didn't say they were light spirits. Willard was definitely not a light spirit. Number two, I've been doing this for 36 years. Think of that. I've probably been doing this longer than most of you in this chat room have even been alive. Can you imagine that? And by the way, we were on Worldwide Shortwave Radio yesterday, rave reviews, great response coming in. So I know that I'm not talking with demons because I know I'm not talking with demons. And you should get on this channel and put in demons so you'll understand what demons actually are. So no, we're not talking to demons. And these particular spirits that we talked to last night, and by the way, if you go to that video, earlier in the video, there's a door that opens and closes like this. Like if this is the door, it goes whoop, whoop. It does it twice. There's a door that opens and closes, and it wasn't the wind. It's inside, so nobody was in there. I thought it was pretty weird. And then in the post office, if you look, when the rods point, I say, show us where a spirit is, a rod's point. And if you look up in the top, like up in the balcony, there's a silhouette of there's a shadow standing there. I don't know if it's a shadow man, but you can see him kind of move. It's a shadow. Wow. Very, very interesting stuff. The Impressionee says that she wasn't even born. Oh my, you really? Isn't that interesting? Sandra says that she was under the impression that Constance was under Willard's control. I don't think so. I think Willard is a big bully and that Constance would not be able to control Willard. But I don't get the sense that she was totally under his control. That's just my take on it. You could be right, Sandra, but being there, I kind of got the idea that he's just a bully. He's kind of running the show, but she's not necessarily his captive. I don't think Willard's running a soul farm up there at the post office. Maybe. Impressionee's 34. So you were alive when I was getting all this information. So you were alive. But anyway, the easy answer is that they're demons. The easy answer is that they're deceptive spirits. The easy answer is don't listen to them. Don't talk to them. We're not even going to discuss them because they're just demons. Jeff, I'm glad to hear about this live. Still at work, but lock on your channel. Thank you, Sean. Nice to have you here. So I'm not saying, let's just put it this way. I'm not going to say they're demons. I'm not going to say they're not demons, but I'm not going to say they're demons and dismiss them and not learn from them if I can, or even the fact that people see that they're real can help people's faith. Do you protect yourself with some type of protective spiritual armor before you go looking for spirits? Holly, I've been doing this for 36 years. How do I say this without sounding arrogant? Because I never, ever want to sound arrogant. That's so far from my nature to ever say anything or act in any way that might be even remotely associated with arrogance. It's just so far from me. I can't even begin to understand arrogance. I couldn't even spell arrogance, but I'm 10 feet tall and bulletproof in the spirit realm. So my life is continually about protecting myself. My life, I live in the spirit. I walk in spirit. I do wear some protective things. I'm constantly, I think that, some people go out worried about protecting themselves from demons. When I go out, demons worry about protecting themselves from me. I mean, that's just the way it is. I don't worry about protecting myself from spirits, because the spirits that would seek to do me harm are worried about protecting themselves from me. And you can make that change, that paradigm change in your life. Bill, good question. Do they ever follow you home? Well, they have tried before, but if you watch that show at the very end, I will say, you can't follow me home. At the beginning, I told them when we were at the theater and at the Fort Harrison Hotel, which, by the way, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones wrote "I Can't Get No Satisfaction" at that Fort Harrison Hotel that we saw last night. But I said, you can follow me from the theater to the Fort Harrison. You can follow me from the Fort Harrison to the post office. But when we got to the post office, I'm going home now. You can't follow me. So I just tell them, no, you cannot follow me. And I won't tell if you don't that you're at work. Sandra says that she has an entity attached to her because she's eating a cookie. She never eats cookies. That's funny. California white sage is good for warding off spirits. Very interesting. The spirit is shielded for Jeff now. Well, thank you. The dead can't harm the living. I don't know. Demons are very smart and can pretend. Holly, I think you're giving the demons way too much credit. That's just my advice. That's just my opinion. Fill yourself with spirit and there's no room left. You manifest your own reality. It's all about intention. And it is. And I do so much astral work. And when you go into the astral plane, you got to be 10 feet tall and bulletproof. You've got to be a spiritual badass if you go into the astral plane. So that's the attitude I walk around with. In fact, I was talking to a woman a few weeks ago, and she said when she's out on the street, she walks with a swagger. She's got an attitude so people don't bug her. It's the same thing in the spiritual realm. Adam says spirits are jinn. Some spirits are jinn, but I don't think all spirits are jinn. Somebody has a ghost app. Yeah, they may be great. The Stones have a storied history. Yes. There are more powerful spirits that feed on you as parasites. Speak for yourself, Max. They don't feed on me. Don't feed on me. Don't tread on me. Do you think that there is a high enough vibration that a person will protect? Yes, a person can be in a vibration to be protected from evil spirits. My uncle's funeral. I don't have the rods with me right now, but I can ask later, and I believe he will ask the rods later. Demons can't exist in high vibrational frequencies. They can't exist in the 432 Hue frequency. That's why. Preshni says, it's your Mars. You're a warrior. She's right. So anyway, they're not just demons. That's the easy answer. That's kind of the lazy answer. They can't follow me home, Crypto. They just can't follow me home because I say so. And again, if they get close to me, they get into that 432 resonance, and they either have to get snapped back into balance or they have to run away. That's why Constance was able to talk to me, approach me, interact with me, but Willard wasn't, because Willard could not enter into my energetic field without getting himself straightened out. So that's why Willard avoided me, because he couldn't enter into my frequency field. Do you understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You can get to the place, and you should get to the place where your energy frequency field is toxic to, toxic's not the right word. Your energetic frequency field is such that if any spirit that is unbalanced, and unbalanced would mean that it would be doing malevolent things. If any spirit that is unbalanced, and if it approaches in your field, it should be like, zzz, zzz. You should almost have like a force field. And if they come within your force field, they're going to get balanced back to balance energy. That's what I walk around with. That's why I don't worry. I felt, Eli or Rajaki, whatever your name is, bam, did you just hit on something powerful? This is great stuff. When if you watch the video, I walked past the front of the post office and boom, I felt this rush of fear. And folks, I never, ever feel fear. Never. It's a foreign emotion to me. So I wondered, why am I feeling fear? What I felt, Eliorajke, Elioraki. It looks like a she. If you're a he, forgive me. She says that I felt Willard's fear when he saw me. Boom. That's exactly what I felt, was Willard's fear. Willard's like, oh, crap. Here comes that old Pentecostal evangelist. Here comes that exorcist. If I don't get out of here, he could cast me out of this place, and I like it here. We're going to go back and have some discussions with Willard, and if Willard agrees not to bother other people or other spirits, we'll probably let Willard stay. But if Willard wants to be a nuisance to others, Willard's going to have to leave. So, yeah, Willard is afraid because he knows if the Christian whistleblower says go, he's got to go. And he doesn't want to go. So, Willard, if you're listening, I don't think he is, behave. Yeah. Evil spirits don't want a can of ass whooping to get opened up on them. That's true. Why would I or you want to go in the astral world? Well, if you don't want to go, then don't. I go there to work with spirits that are trapped so I can help them get set free. If our spirit is eternal, then they are every bit as real as we are. We just have a physical vehicle. They don't. Tanhawk Group, right on point as usual. So they're not all demons. I think some of them might be lost. Some of them may not know that they're dead, and they may just be in a transitory period where they're lost. I think that some of them are just content. They like where they are. I think Willard is perfectly happy being at that Clearwater post office. Why is he happy? That's another question. Is it because he can watch a lot of people? Is it because he likes the energy of a lot of people? And you know what? Ooh, check this out. Why would a malevolent entity like Willard hang out at a post office? Think about what happens at a post office. That's the post office that normally I mail all the rods from because I like that post office. I like the guys there. And I've been in that post office. If people can't walk in and walk out in 33.2 seconds, they get upset. They get, man. Oh, man. Maybe Willard's there because he likes to eat that energy. He feeds on that energy. So it's a great place to hang out. I'll bet the DMV is full of malevolent spirits. Cuban Club in Ybor. I might have to do that. So that's probably why Willard's there, because he's very frustrated, and unless he used to be a mailman, he could have been a mailman. He could have been a mailman. So some of them are trapped. Some of them are lost. Some of them just like where they are. They're happy to be there. And I know that a lot of people that work in this realm, they want to run every spirit out of every place. Me, I kind of look at it like Tanhawk Group does. If they're there and they're not bothering anyone, why do I need to run them out? Why would I run them out? Why would I run them out? And somebody says 3 a.m. is a great time for spirit. Is 3 a.m. really a great time for spirit, or is 3 a.m. a great time for spirit because we think it's a great time for spirit? I don't know. And some of these entities are here because they're mean, because they like to bother people, because they like to mess with people. And I know a lot about shadow people. But there are some of them, I'm convinced, that also want to be helpful. My spiritualist friends tell me that disembodied spirits are capable of interacting with humans, and that they are capable of interacting with humans and seek to interact with humans. Some of them seek to interact with humans because they want to vampirize their energy. I run shadow men out, Holly. That's what I mean by deal with them. And some spiritual people, some spiritual people, spiritual entities are there, I think, to help. Some of them hang out because they want to be helpful. Now, I think most of them that want to be helpful are faking wanting to be helpful because they just want to feed on you. So you have to have some spiritual discernment. And I can't tell you who's trying to feed on you and who's trying to help you, but you got to know. You have to be able to determine that type of thing for yourself. You have to grow up and be a big boy. You have to grow up and be a big girl. So some of them are trying to help, a few of them. I think most of them are trying to deceive. Now, my spiritualist friends would tell me that's not true, but that's still my perception. And maybe that's why I see it, because it is my perception. Who knows? But there are spirits around us. They do want to interact with us. I don't trust all their motives. Well, Sandra, I don't know if it'd be obvious, because some of them, there are spirits that want to pretend to be your friend just so they can get close to you long enough to be able to feed off you. And they're not going to suck you dry like Dracula in one interaction, but they'll take a little sip every now and then. And if they take a little sip every now and then from a lot of people, then they can keep themselves alive. Holly says she's been helped by disembodied souls in positive ways. 6 months ago, I would have said, no, you haven't. You've been deceived. Now I'm not so sure, Holly. Perhaps you have been. I would still be very, very careful. Angel Moon, in my opinion, after my studies say the astral world is the first place that a spirit goes after they leave this body. Yep, like Sandra says, it's like some humans. It's the same exact thing. And you can sometimes feel how they died. Like someone knew that Constance got killed by stepping out in front of a car. If you're a toxic person in life, are you still one in the afterlife? Probably so. Probably so. Now, there are also some spirits, I'm convinced, that are disinformation agents. Well, I channeled and I got this, so you have to listen to it. Let me inform you of something, my friend. Just because you channeled something from the backside of Uranus doesn't mean that I have to listen to it. Leslie saw the door open last night. Just because you channel something from the Pleiades doesn't mean I have to listen to it. Just like a dude walking down the street can tell you some lies, so can a spirit walking down the astral street. So don't tell me, oh, it's channeled information and it's so you must listen. No, I don't have to listen to it. I do not have to listen to it. Crypto Crouton says, how do you know the Constance was hit by a car? Because I happened to catch the chat room. And somebody said, ask her if she was hit by a car. And I asked her and she said, yes. What is your view on those that commit suicide? Do they become ghosts? Well, Preshni, I don't know for sure. But I would say that committing suicide is a bad thing. Not only do you rob us of your presence, but I think it's an automatic F or an incomplete on your paper, so you got to come back again. So I don't know if a suicide would go. I think more often than not, a suicide is going to come right back into another body. Going to go around one more time. However, it is possible that, I mean, if you commit suicide and you still have enough strong intention, you can say, well, I know I committed suicide. You want me to get back in another body, but I'm going to hang out here and be a miserable spirit instead of being a miserable human. So there are some people that have such a strong spiritual presence that they can be miserable as spirits or miserable as humans. Madame Katerina, or Kat, says that she has a spirit around her, I think her house or somewhere, that smells like pipe tobacco. It's neutral, so she doesn't talk to it. And she says she doesn't talk to them, so maybe they think that she's the ghost. You know, one of my great subscribers, Rick and Delaney Jackson, are convinced that there is actually a spirit of suicide going about, or maybe a squad of suicide spirits. Unplug the Matrix. Please don't make sweeping statements that we're not sure of, because I'm convinced after this 36 years, if you commit suicide, you're not just footloose and fancy free. It's a very, 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 very bad idea. And it has very, very harmful spiritual implications. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, because I don't want anyone to see that and think that I agree with that statement. So I had to remove that. What if we made a contract with another being to commit suicide for their growth? That sounds like a bad contract, Tan Hawk. And that sounds like one that I would get out of. And I'm removing your comment again, unplugged. So that's 2 strikes. Could a malevolent spirit take hold of someone and cause depression, extreme anxiety, suicidal tendencies? That's a great question. No and yes. Listen, a malevolent spirit is not going to take hold of you, but if you're depressed and you're putting out, oh, I'm so depressed and I feel so bad and I just want to die. Everybody likes to talk about the law of attraction when they're talking about attracting money, and they're talking about attracting lovers, and they're talking about attracting good stuff. Oh, I just concentrate and I put out my Pamela Sue Anderson vibes, and before you know it, a busty blonde shows up, because the law of attraction is so awesome. The law of attraction works both ways. If you keep saying, I'm so depressed, I just want to die, I should end it, I'm ugly, guess what? You get the same spirits coming back to you. So even though it seems like they're taking hold of you, and then begins to snowball. So if you're putting out thoughts and energy of depression, if you're putting out thoughts and energy of anxiety, if you're putting out thoughts, that just answered a question for me, but I'm not going to share it with you because it's personal. If you're putting out thoughts of suicide, depression, anxiety, you're going to get back thoughts of suicide, depression, and anxiety, and it's going to snowball, and you've just got this great big energetic mass. So are they taking hold of you? No, but you're giving them hold of you. Interesting. I think the person in the chat room just kind of got an unction. They just got that lady was hit by a spirit, and it might be an old Clearwater legend, because I think the person that asked it is from Clearwater. So, and I was born and raised here, but I was gone for a long time, and I was, dumb Christian the whole time. So I'm not really into all of the lore. It's possible. Unplug. Guess what? Time out. Don't push me. Maybe it depends upon intention. Yeah, I could see that for sure. It depends upon intention. What if it's in your life contract to commit suicide in this lifetime? If you signed a life contract that you would commit suicide, you're a dummy. And I would cancel that one. We get what we are, and we are what we get. I think so, Space. That's just my belief right now. I wonder if suicide is contagious. That's a good question. Thank you, Taylor. I love you loving my channel. My mother was suicidal my entire life, diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Oh, that's so sad. How do you not, though? Just put the thoughts out there, especially when you've been through so much massive trauma. You just don't, Aurora. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be harsh. But there comes a time when you've just got to grow up and be a big boy and be a big girl. He makes me feel depressed. He makes me feel sad. She makes me feel bad. No, she doesn't. No, he doesn't. Nobody makes you feel anything. He makes me so happy. No, he doesn't. There's stuff that he does that you decide to be happy about. Oh, she makes me feel so sexy. No, she doesn't. But she does stuff that makes you say, I'm going to act in a sexy vibe. He makes me so sad. No, he doesn't. He does things that you choose to get mad over. They make me so depressed. No, they don't. They do things that make you decide to get depressed. Nobody can make you feel anything. Well, they can make you feel hot if they put a fire on you. You know what I'm talking about, emotionally. So to say, I understand, I've been there, I've done that, we all have. We feel like we're not in control, but we've got to get in control of our emotions. It's a hard truth. I'm your friend. I love you. I care about you. I'm not picking on you, but you got to grow up and learn to control your own emotions. Nobody makes you sad. Nobody makes you glad. You decide to respond to stimuli in a specific way. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you some love. It might be tough love, but it's reality. And trust me, cousin, I had to learn it myself. I was an emotional wreck for a while. You just got to take responsibility. You just got to grow up. When we were children, we spoke like children. We acted like children. When we became adults, we put away childish ways. That's from the Bible. I think that is some diamond. What do you think? Didn't Constance say that no one else was there with her? No, she said that Willard was there too. Buck up and grow up. Yeah, I don't want to be that cavalier, but yeah, that's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. So things that I think are takeaways, there are spirits out there. You may not like it, but they are. Samson did commit suicide. And they are interested. Some of them are helpful. Some of them are not. Some of them bring disinformation. Some of them are here because they like it here. Some of them are here because they're trapped here. Some of them are here because they're lost. And they're not all demons, ladies and gentlemen. But all I can do is bring you to water. If you want to drink, you drink. All I can do is bring you to objective information. If you want to think, think. Holly says low vibration brings more low vibration, more negativity. And she's 100% right. Aurora, the first thing you can do is stop saying I'm a mess. Words mean things. Thoughts are things. And stop saying it's not that simple. Because it really is. The next time you want to say, and I'm going to help you here. The next time you want to say I'm a mess, say, Because if you say, we're going to take some time here to help our sister out. When you say, I'm a mess, that fires off information in your brain to start looking for all the reasons why you are a mess and feeding them back to you. I'm a mess. Well, yeah, because of this. But if you said, I'm so good looking, it's going to start, yeah, well, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying to go to that point. But next time you start saying, I'm a mess, because you obviously think you're a mess. You're not. But next time you want to say, I'm a mess, or even next time you say, I'm a mess, remember, thoughts are things too. It's not just the saying. If you think I'm a mess, just say, no, I cancel the intention of that thought. And then say, how can I stop being a mess? Because whether you're a mess or not, you think you're one. And instead of saying, I'm a mess and reinforcing what is a negative perception and probably an erroneous perception, say, how can I stop being such a mess? And then your brain is going to start firing off all these reasons and ways of how you can stop being a mess. And as someone says here, Breaking Dawn, Deborah L. Smith, you might go to Sandra D'Angelo's channel, look at her writing technique, and employ that. Stop saying I'm a mess and start saying, how can I stop being a mess? And instead of saying it's not that simple, say, how can I make things more simple? You obviously don't think things are simple. And if you say it's not that simple, you keep getting all the feedback of why it's not. But if you start saying, how can I make things more simple? Now you're getting positive feedback. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. The quality of your life depends upon the quality of the questions you ask yourself. The quality of your life depends upon the quality of the questions you ask yourself. Why am I so fat versus how can I get into better physical condition? Same thing, really. Why am I so fat? Bad info, bad info, bad info, bad info, bad info. How can I lose some weight? Useful info, useful info, useful info, useful info. Putting it into practice is another step, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's worth the price of admission right there. Bam. And the stories you tell yourself. That's right. I used to be one for making up, and we're going to close with this. I used to be one for making up bad stories. Well, what if I do this, and then this happens, and that happens, and this happens, and that happens? It's like Mark Twain said, what did he say? Mark Twain said, I spent my life worrying about thousands of things, and one or two of them actually happened. I spent my life worrying about 1,000 things, and one or two of them have happened. What are you worried about? Classic example, stupid example, but you're at a spiritual event, and you see a attractive person. I'm a man, so I'll say, I see a cute girl. I'm like, I should go up and talk to her. I should go up and ask her out. Yeah, but what if she laughs at me? But I could go up there and ask her out. She'd laugh at me. She'd look at me funny. She would think, tell me, get out of here. So then you don't do it. That's making up a story. Like Crypto Crouton's husband says, you what if everything to death. What if, instead of creating these negative scenarios, you just walk up to her and say, hey, I'm Jeff. What's the worst thing that could happen? She could say, well, bye. Or she could say, hi, I'm Betty, Susie, whatever her name is. And you never know. Don't create all these negative scenarios in your mind because you're wasting energy. You're enforcing negative scenarios, and it's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. Why are ghosts between worlds? Because they're lost, they're trapped, they're content, they're disinformation agents. Why do they care about us? Because they're interested. Some of them want to feed off of us. Some of them want to help us. Some of them don't even know they're dead. And they're not all demons. Show her your beaver. When all else fails, if you got a beaver, show it. And you'll have to go back and watch some of my other videos to know what I'm talking about, because that word does not mean what you think it means here at the Gospel Truth Army. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Make sure you check out that video, the Clearwater Ghost Walk. We've got a lot more stuff coming up today and in the days to come. Adam says they don't make the grade to go to the other side. There are some spiritual cuttings in the astral realm. I didn't mean to get into this. And why did you do this to me, Adam? Because it confuses things, but it's true and people don't like to hear it. But anyway, when Jeff leaves this meat suit, it's like, and this, my flat earthers will love this one. It's like when I was just at NASA, right, a few weeks ago, and a rocket takes off, right, and gets up there and it's going, it's flying, and then all of a sudden it'll drop that first section, right, drops that booster off, then it drops that second section, and then it's going on to its destination. So the spiritual cuttings are the things that are, even when Jeff gets out of this physical body, there's still some spiritual trappings that aren't able to go to the higher level. And those things fall off like the stages of a rocket. And they float around in the astral realm. And if we weren't so stupid, they would just die. But because we're stupid, and because we love to talk to spirits, and we love to channel entities, and we love to have spirit guides, and we love to have ascended masters, we'll start talking these little things that are floating around that are supposed to die because they're trash, they're astral trash. And then you start talking to them, and all of a sudden this little thing that's supposed to disintegrate goes whoop, and then it's whoop, 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 and all of a sudden it's freaking Archangel Michael. They're fragments. They're fractals. Yes. And if we weren't so stupid, we would know, it's like your mom always told you, don't talk to trash. Don't talk to trash. And when you do talk to trash, it just gets to be more and more trash. It's cooties. That's exactly what it is. But we're too stupid to know who is cooties and who is cuties. We just got to get smarter. Constance was a spirit, a disembodied person that is looking for some help. Stop calling me stupid. I didn't say you're stupid, James Beck. I said we are stupid, and here's the definition of stupid. Ignorant is you don't have the information. Stupid is you have the information, but you still don't use it. Ignorant is I'm hitting myself with a hammer on my finger because I don't know I can stop. Somebody tells me, Jeff, you can stop. Oh, I can stop, but I'm going to keep hitting myself in the finger with a hammer. There you go. I like what Matrix says. When I leave this world, I'm not sticking around. I'm not either. I'm out of here. I'm going somewhere else. There are much more things to do in the afterlife than to haunt a place. So why are they haunting places? They're attached to them. They like them. They don't want to go out. But anyway, Constance might be stuck. She might be happy where she is. So that's when I say stupid, I really mean stupid. Yeah, I know that the bridge is out, but I'm still driving towards it with the pedal to the metal. Yeah, I know that if I eat at McDonald's, it's going to make me fat, sick, and kill me, but I'll supersize it. That's stupid. Yeah, I know that Christianity is a fear and guilt control matrix, but I still go on Sundays. That's stupid. Anyways, do I believe in reincarnation? Yes. I also believe that now, since the Christ came and gave us his message, we can complete our spiritual ascension in a single human lifetime. There we go. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. I know some of you love me. I know some of you hate me. But you know what? I just gotta be me. And if you be me, if I be me and you be you, we will all get it going on together. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. You are the Gospel Truth Army. I salute you. Stay tuned for more broadcast excellence today. I'm looking forward to getting out to the Fort Drum Crystal Mine. I'm looking forward to get out to Vero Beach and do some good ghost hunting. I'm looking forward to being out there on the road with the paranormal trip. Much love, much respect, much thanks to all of you here. Thank you for being here. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And if you think you're subscribed, make sure you are, because sometimes they will kick you off without your knowledge. I did not name my car yet. And I may not, but I think I probably will. Thank you to those of you on Periscope, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you to everyone that's on YouTube as well. Remember, if you have a shortwave radio on Wednesdays, you can hear me 3 p.m., 6 p.m. The frequency is in the box below, and I'm fighting off a sneeze, so thank me. And I think that's going to do it. It seems like we're leaving something left here on the vine, but we'll be back. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. Hello, Jennifer from Crypto Truth Seekers. Nice to see you here. Nice to see all of you here. Space is water. I wasn't picking on you with the rocket thing. It just is a scenario, an analogy that works. And yes, there will be many more shows today. This is where you go to find out what to do when you're dead. Brian, I'm sorry I missed you the other day. I'm trying to get this car situated, and it's just one of those things. But thank you, everyone. I appreciate you, everyone. Watch that video about the ghost walk, and we're going to start doing it. And there will be a Vero Beach ghost walk coming up. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, there's a haunted IHOP here in Clearwater. I think I'm going to go take a look at it tonight. And they say things happen there at 3 a.m. So I'll go over there at 3 a.m. and see what's going on. And hopefully there won't be anybody in there, and I can talk to some of the people and see what they think. I didn't lock my car, and I left the keys not only in it, but I left the keys in the ignition. Good thing there's a bunch of Scientologists walking down there, so nobody will steal the cars. All right, that's really it. Salute to you. Salute to you. We will see you again real soon. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Keep asking questions. Keep questioning answers. And please keep unindoctrinating yourself.